No, the candidates are air contested in the Tema West constituency, and the hope say NDC able to be a rescue seat, in the Tema West constituency, non so very, very interesting. Now you come to a year Tema West constituency. These are your candidates, but you better be on our screen this one. So I join here live on Facebook. So you have a year Watfield, Wisdom, Akuako. Also contesting as the first candidate. And in terms of the arrangement of their names on the ballot, any of my positions say that here, this is the official notice of poll for the Greater Accra region. And positions are be holding it down over corner a honor or candidate, then you have Rashid Issa seeking, say he'll become the candidate. Rahel Kwesi Sapon Tufo. And this is the man in the last election or contest here, Dr. Tufo, a contest here. On the ticket of the NDC, Tema West. Unfortunately for Dr. Tufo, he couldn't win the seat for the NDC. This time round, he's in the race. Looking at his performance in the last elections, at the Babesi, the year Komose say, would the NDC delegate decide, say, Wamobeto Ediama, Dr. Tufo Biemwana. Then you talk about a year Adams, Kote Asafote, and then James Enu. Jessica, and so Eka will be contested. And in Tema West, we have over 6 candidates contesting to rescue the seat. Now, the most important person is Dr. Tufo, who contested in 2020, but yes, still went to me and you seat, and farmer a year, the National Democratic Congress. Then you go to a year, Tema East, Yanko Tema East. Now, I think let's watch the candidates now. All these areas in the Yaboboso they are quick because a honor is said that and hotspot baby, attention baby said that and the hosa. It could be for me. I will project a year Dr. Tufo ahead of them because Wako for the first time the popularity with the electorate in the entire constituency far more outweighs one more banning now. Some of them are new entrants. I feel now one more them, but in terms of the general election, at least Dr. Tufo has been marketed. In the year 2020, and this time around, Okobiema, now you come to a year Tema East. He is the incumbent, right? Member of Parliament. Am I correct? That is the member of Parliament for Tema East, Isaac and Asai, right? Odanton. He is the sitting member of Parliament for the constituency, and then he's coming face to face with a year. Michael Abe and then Edward Ni Kraku Tinken said Wamubeti me on CT the member of parliament to also contest on the ticket of the NDC. MPs enye easy sir. Say Wamotizoda be 2 omono. And this is Tema East. Now let's go to Ayawaso West Wagon. Very interesting. Now I'll tell you some of the constituencies and pay party are suspending elections come this weekend, and then you get to understand. So say Ayawaso West Wagon has been suspended. It is part of the constituencies. Party are suspending on this weekend. They are not going to vote because the confusion between a certain lawyer. Ayawaso West Wagon and then you look at John Dumelo, the actor against his friend and brother Fred Niama. Another actor, now the perceptions are that party empaying for no air tries one more basically elections for a year John Dumelo, and for which reason very near the constituency executives kept postponing and the map processes anko smooth national Eddie Womona SSO said Womobehese Bibiano Ebetu today. The misunderstanding between John Dumelo and then Fred Niama will have to be trashed out. And Sana finally party etime schedule data Womodibe go through the processes. And that is Ayawaso West Wagon. Now let's move on to Ayawaso Central. Ayawaso Central. Very interesting. There's a young man in Ayawaso Central called Rauf. Na Sophia Akoko has come from Obom said Waba Ababe contested Ayawaso Central. Now a sitting member of parliament no free said the constituency with DMP or a safe seat for the NDC. And as I said, a movie to a year Ayawaso Central, Henry Court constituency. Na utimi ebabe contested. Na fe utimi edgy seat no edema eye. Utimi G seat no edema NDC. Now the question is that what happens to the former parliamentary candidate, Rauf, the young man who contested on the ticket of the NDC? Okay, Emeki Ishio said even though Henry Court was not a small fish to fight, he also maximized a lot of a vote for the NDC in 2020. Why is it that this time around the party is considering Sophia entering the constituency? Now the dynamics are that yes, we agree, we understand. Sophia Atina constituency ni mupen. In fact, our search even tells us that Nebusu Efie ewo Ayawaso Central. So you can say onye new to the constituency. But look, the perimeters are what different constituency are what DMP wo Aba Ayawaso Central. No, it's so overwhelming. In fact, she wanted to go unopposed because Akoya's a party. Mona Muslim from the constituency. Na me contest waha because the constituency there a culture for the NDC. There crano a candidate be or bebiano will be winning on the ticket of the NDC in the Obom constituency. Now I am also central. So member there me campaign no party ne befa ho ka bebre. Emu kadodo na no party ni ne befa pickups V8 ya de be call rounds nyina no. The party must ensure say mo be provide this idea ma we nyina because baby ya me safe seat no muslim free ho na membra ha. Now Rauf is not so much happy. Na ya me kra na nka maninye say at hard times a party no finding it difficult to get a winnable candidate. I stood in, my face was on the ballot papers. And I'm a contesting here on the ticket of the party. Many party for no a year Juma womb. Now nobody has been able to accuse me of any wrongdoing. So why is it say Obibe contesting me crowd no and a new person award Trinity into the game? But rather we have gone to convince a certain member of parliament elsewhere to come and say well no Anna Emra me contested. I am also central. It's a must-watch constituency for Rauf and then Sophia Akoko. Now we are hearing on election day a lot will happen. The schemes are and constituency executives must know on election avenue you need the plot to change the venue of the election. One more decided on the day of election, more candidates no amane Rauf no na ni beba no so no mo ye free Wembley. Baby a womo to aba no mo de akoshe baby foforo. Enti by the time womo your supporters ni beba no na aba do kra no ye ya to awie. These are things that we are gathering from the grounds. The allegations of a year langas amopesa omodi omoba on election day ebe cause disturbances ni nyina. We are on the grounds. We have gathered all of that from the Ayawaso Central constituency. And that is it in the Ayawaso Central. It's a must-watch constituency. Now the question is that Sophia Elusu primaries, in Ayawaso Central, what becomes of her fate? Udi MP or baby, usi wu free ho abaha. Sawoba, okay, wu free Obom constituency. Uja wu seat no ho na oba Ayawaso Central. Now we Lusu primaries now. What becomes of you? That is the big question. I believe Sophia Akoko has to do the analysis on her own. Now I feel one kasa ain't been projected because some of the branch executives are bent on say one more the Rauf Ebesanso Akobiem. And see, now let's come to Obom Domiabra. Just for the reasons any analysis Ayawaso Central. And see, the new people are almost so called in the Obom constituency, now Isaac Awuku Jibo, Gideon Kofi Agbole, Samson Ni Anum Taki, Richard Ni Ayi Ashley, and then you have Beatrice Efia Asantua Ajekum. So you could clearly see from the list of posts. Sophia Koko, don't know your member of parliament, one nimbium, one contested Obom constituency in the okay. There be nominations Obom constituency and Crawford converting Obom constituency. In fact, one more closing nominations in Obom constituency, one more filer pick you more positions on the ballot paper. And just as you see on your screen, Sana Saturday Ebeye Obom constituency. So the question is that the sitting member of parliament were free ho Ayawaso Central. So what becomes her fate in the NDC now? Decisions did they really think about said decisions very well? Why don't you consolidate your base na won kopre baby for enka enti enie they feel say wo your ba obetimi a convince ma na e wa ya so central no okay wo mo a ewo agbogulu e friend say Malata market ho no ne ade no TikTok lane circle ha wo mo free say dwadifo na tonton to ice water no mo ye ma no so fire call betimi a convince wo mo ukoko mlemle enclave ni mo nyina pick farm wo mo free say so fire call kon e ba ya so central e beboa party no, and that is the party's decision. We won't hide it. And that is Obom constituency. These are the fresh candidates. When we no and contest a bidder. Sophia Koko was the one who won the seat for the NDC. Now we'll live to see what will happen. Yanko Ablekuma West constituency. Now Yenshe Ehono Monso. And this is it. We are NDC delegate in the Greater Accra regional. Mo constituencies, you know, Ada Yegusu Ayabo Bosono. Tomorrow we'll come to the western and then the eastern regions, and then we tell you what is happening, the hot spot. And it's very interesting dynamics are air coso. Now you come to a year Ablekuma West constituency. Now you have Abednego Elom Agbesi, you have a year Kweku Ado, and then Marian Koko Ayite, and then you have Kobe Mensa. I had no a straightforward. Obi Oba platform will be on any day mayor campaign abano. Now the dynamics with Ayawa Ablekuma West. This is the Minister for Communication constituency. Okay? Esla Owusu of the New Patriotic Party, the constituency NDA. Now in 2020, Papa Yefreno Kweku Ado and a contestant here on the ticket of the NDC. But I'll tell you something interesting about the researcher Yaya Ewa Ablekuma West. Now we are told, say Ablekuma West, yes, Esla Owusu as communications minister, very powerful in that constituency. But in 2020, something awful happened to the NDC in Ablekuma West. It is alleged, say, candidate Awomodene Koye Ablekuma West, you know, Ejano Hoko Jisika and a Momulusu seat, you know. And yet, it is alleged in the constituency. You see, we've gone into some of the constituencies and they are picking intelligence. Any dynamics are a play out in the constituencies. Now, Ablekuma West, the NDC branch executives will tell you that the NDC came very close to snatching the seat from Esla Owusu in 2020 elections, you know. But with unfortunate event, as they allege, say one parliamentary candidate, you know, at the time I will be here, Juma, now the District Collation Center resort for us, yes, airbado. I from a candidate now, not what you channel. It was alleged, say, omo candidate no koje 800,000 Ghana cedis. Eddie Fresh Owusu into do baby no. Resort no kra no mu quality kra nice when you're interested. These are things woko constituency nima the party people are saying. And I'm not the chances, you know, of becoming a candidate, you know. We live to see on Saturday. Said the delegate, you know, ebesi atu omoaba no ako. They allege so wako jisika 800,000 or the kosika dadani moa 8 billion. And yeka these are allegations delegates, you know. I raise the concerns I raise in Ablekuma West. Then you come to Mariam, Wanono a new entrant, and then a certain Kobe Mensa, a very young, affable, dynamic young man. Wanono so Ayobia for the very first time. Waba constituency. In fact, he's been in the constituency for a very long time. A sponsor party, no Abua party, no Abua, a lot of candidates, including Kweku Ado. In 2020, Nisika were they supporting, yeah, okay. We really know what's naturally ashe. But now Kobe feels that with the resources I want mobilize it, any day I want a party for no interact. Kobe Mensa feels that he's the right man to rescue the seat for the NDC in Ablekuma West. And a certain Kobe Mensa is coming. Now, so far, from a year intelligence, any and search, we can project him ahead of all the candidates so far with their campaign Akoswa. This week, it is expected roughly by Thursday, by Friday, one more ebetimi are wrapping up their campaigns ahead of Saturday. And watch out for Ablekuma West. The obe winning, you know, can the person be somebody? Obetimi adjacent, you know, every Eslo that is it. Now let's go to the Adentan constituency. There is something fantastic happening in the Adentan constituency. In politics, in the Greater Accra region, open one constituency a year very hot. Okay? In the Greater Accra region, it is the Adentan constituency. In fact, Adentan constituency, a constituency, Ubedi MPO ma, you don't go more than one term. For the records are so far, Nana, It will interest you to know the caliber of persons are ever. So you have Nana Oye Bampo Ado, okay, former gender minister, a familiar name. Edimba Kope Anna Efriso, Nano Ye Lita Efriso. They say no. Okita wano ankasa de den. And the former gender minister is coming head to head with a year Mohammed Adamu Ramadan. Okay, this is the sitting member of parliament, candidate number 1, and a year sitting member of parliament. Wano and the betu Boabia Samoa in 2020. A G seat no edema NDC. Now, per the history of what dentano, it is difficult. Say Obeko MP na Obeko with second term in a denta. Very, very difficult. For both parties, and see, Edward Sari echo 1 term for NDC. Okay, Ashimo, one on regional chairman say, Ashimo echo 1 term. Okay, then Boabia Samoa came, Boabia Samoa so the same thing, 1 term. Then you come to a lot, and see MPs are bad. Then telling you 1 term MPs. A difficult say identify for about 8 years. Say the MP. And these are the dynamics. But Ramadan say Obesanso Akobie, he's trying so hard. Say Obetimi winning primaries. Now the question is that his ability to win the primaries, would that guarantee him? Would that guarantee him the seat? Say Obetimi Asanso a winning for the NDC. Now the question again is that Nana Oye Bampo Ado, what does she bring on board? Former gender minister. You remember her? Okay, we don't know, but no, we be a candidate for the NDC. Then what they on board. Join you live on Facebook. Obey me, I change the dynamics now. Should it happen, say Ramadan and me and we need primaries, Nana ebemua, okay, because it's a straight fight between the two of them. Nana and Ramadan, one more na contest, between them, and that is it. But the question is that, say Ramadan and Lucy primaries now, can Nana rescue the seat again, even though Ramadan end but Nana betimi agi seat no asanso ediama NDC ana. That is the big question. Now yanko la Dade Kotopon constituency offer a year cantonment and then the environs la Dade Kotopon pacho yanko eno so, and then get to understand now. Okay, so this is la Dade Kotopon Rita na Odole Soa, my favorite MP. I mean, I must confess. It states she's the current sitting member of parliament for the NDC a year la Dade Kotopon, and then she is coming against a year the gentleman Jack contestant plus a year ni ama ashite one also a contestant, and see, this is what is happening. But for us, we can project a year Rita na Odole Soa why Juma be brain now. She's been campaigning. Ushe Juma Waye in Parliament. She's been campaigning. Say la General Hospital na wamwabubunu for so long. Yensi yenim da ye besino. They should bring back the General Hospital. In fact, the assessor Waye in terms of advocacy as a member of Parliament, the Waye nigina. And see, that is a year la Dade Kotopon. Now yankwa yawasu is quick one. Now yan wrapping it up. Na bebam shortly. Na afe yetimi and moving on. Ayawaso is constituency. It is interesting, but when people believe because if you friend to me, you see, going into primaries, you need to position your candidate to ensure as a candidate what the neighbor where you're strong enough to convince the entire constituency. It is not just a matter of probably one no whisker and I don't know you say. As I say, what to about you be a way a delegate, what to about you be a more control in the constituency, people will buy as a product. Okay, that is what it means. Now, Baba Jamal from Akwetia, you remember him so well. South constituency way, Ayawaso East. You must watch out for it. Okay, and see, Baba Jamal, AD MP, Ewa Akwetia, we free Akwetia, say we contest Ewa Ayawaso East. Okay, you can imagine the hit Eba Ayawaso is. The sitting member of parliament, Nasa Mahama Tori, one on the sitting member of parliament. We project him from the groundswork Ayaye so far. Any the delegate, such Ayaye HSA, he's still the favorite of the people. But any small contest between him and Baba Jamal, Yes, we agree. Baba Jamal is a fine candidate. But why this time round? Say Woba Ayawaso is. Okay, why? What did be? Ewa Kotia, I presume Senke, my papa into Asundi Nidia. But yes, still, Baba Jamal said Wabema Tori, a very good contest, a very good chase for his money. And the Ayawaso is Baba Jamal Ewa contest him. I mean, it's a straight fight between the two. The sitting member of parliament, Nasa Mahama Ture, okay? He's an MP at Wompekasa, on Kasa Bebre. He has a lot of businesses in the Greater Accra region, including some popular oil marketing companies. Okay, I won't mention the name because we've done the search already. But the contest is between the two. On Kasa, Oko constituency, Oye Din, but Oye Jumapa. The constituency, no, from Kaukudi, another Paul, Kaukudi enclave nim at the Ko Ekofa Jubilee House side, Hono, at the back down, at the Kokofa Kanda areas in Indinano, a part of Ayawaso East in the constituency, no. And on Saturday, we need to watch out for this constituency. Ture as against Baba Jama. Very, very interesting dynamics. I miss you all. Yanko the next constituency. Anyasotium constituency. Anyasotium, my very good friend, Dr. Kisi Ewoho on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party. Ono and the very place Shelley Ayoko Boche. But you're joining live on Facebook. Ono the very present Shelley Ayoko Boche. Oh, okay, I see. And in the Anyasotium constituency, these are the candidates. And Emmanuel Adote Alote was the 2020 parliamentary candidate for the NDC in the Anyasotium constituency. Hajia Mariama Zakari is also contested, and Afe Ibrahim Babajinda Amadou contested, Janet contested. And so these are the four main contenders. Now the question is that this man, the first candidate, he was a former candidate for the NDC. Say obetimi ebiti Dr. Kisi, and I want to be meeting. The delegate will have to decide. But on any day, per the search, he is still favorite among the delegates. Say obetimi ewini. We can project him. Say obetimi ewini. Ewo Anyasotium Alote can still maintain the position as parliamentary candidate. Now the last one for the day. Now remember another point. So there are some diabolism and air course your friend is a Dominic Kwabenya constituency. Now we will tell you about Dominic Kwabenya shortly. But I'm off to somebody. Okay, this is Dominic Kwabenya. Mami hwe camera ni na men kan asem kire NDC for. Edu ba bi asem munye serious cry. The registration in 2020 ahead of the election. Okay, Dominic Kwabenya the most populous constituency in the country. Per the data I was say the electoral register I did to about in 2020. Now, I so sad say the way the NDC behaves in Dominic Kwabenya constituency, I so sad. Constituency amuntimi winning, no mo yam what to say the yam comfortable seat. Now, yako ya nim no china me ba me make some revelation be about the constituency chairman. There is something happening in Dominic Kwabenya. Adwosafo edi akonwa na che ewo Dominic Kwabenya. Ono ankasa shase no, she started very well until recently the issues ni nyina no ebaye. Now, ni papa influence, kantanka influence ewo Dominic Kwabenya eye more. Okay? Adwosafo tete mu no we. Christo asafo asori no ene asori ma womo impact any womo influence very high in Dominic Kwabenya. Dominic Kwabenya is predominantly as a akanfo no more kwawufo no wo ho asantefo no wo ho. Okay, in fact we to kotina na wo free region mu na wo bank kran ha mostly no ayana wo places womo ta country pa. And even though we have the guns in there, but you see it's predominantly Hausa no any chi kasa no and afanti kasa no ewo Kwabenya pa. The accounts are dominant in the constituency, and you know how it relates with the New Patriotic Party. Okay, and the Obadomia demographically no kwawufo no edoso ewo Dominic Kwabenya. Now the funny thing the NDC does the greatest of a mistake. NDC for the candidate we bear now Adia chia no mo asa candidate no medwen ho amenti ase constituency why is serious wo person win constituency no okay per the dynamics it should tell you how many percentage of Muslims or nordness e wo do me kwabenya o moto abadema NDC SSA will consolidate u base now what me penetrate into the other areas now what could give votes ni be at the account. It is a number game. So unfortunately 2016 candidate NDC di omukoye ewo kwabenya different 2020 Elekpulem Akurugu wono ne baye in 2020 now your researcher ya wo do me kwabenya tells me say mami we Fortina Elekpulem Akurugu say nyame ampatem wo besa lusu primaries no okay it is not her fault it is the orchestration of some of the constituency executives and our search tells us say as a one of the constituency domi kwabenya constituency no business na endra crowd there finally before ye ba be analysis on kwabenya delegate ni bin say mo kan and say it as if say in the wisdom of the constituency executives no every 4 years they won't change the candidate because say una we the previous candidate near Sande ba yes and the ba the assumption is that ohu sika asa enti wo ba wunya sika kra na dia campaign no okay enti they will always want to push previous candidates now wono no akọ election wako general election enya popularity no constituency di ma ebia wo mo de ne ba the second time say wantimi anwini seat ne kra obetimi a close gap no na wo mo ato na twene wo mo to ne twene wi na mo akofa an entirely new candidate asa de number afei na sa candidate no yes ababa market no enti all the time no say adwasafo na contest ya obe win because consistency no has been there okay and confirm to about constituency nim ehuni pictures everywhere the posters and everything is there the billboards is there okay and this time round say enya adwasafo kra na eba na eye Makokwe Junior ana eba Indomi Kwabenya Makokwe is already popular ni papa Professor Makokwe former speaker of parliament inti oye popular the name Okwe eye popular Indomi Kwabenya already no Makokwe Junior so ni adwasafo akọ primaries na ma ni dino aye more popular now the NDC is risking they are at the point of risking Akurugu for a new candidate wono na menhwehwe mu ni ye bibi ayaye no echese constituency executives ni bebre akose na chi awobu pian you want to push a new candidate to the delegate meanwhile the delegates no are telling you say Akurugu Elekpem esa akobiema it is good for the party especially when adwasafo yo oba na Elekpem so yo oba okay the dynamics of winning the women vote say adwasafo ankobiem Indomi Kwabenya are very high okay except when Makokwe Junior edi a different dynamism edi beba constituency nim enya sa dia Elekpem can equally become a favorite so when me win seat ne kra na obe close gap no and I think we are talking about numbers enti Indomi Kwabenya the NDC must be very very watchful and very very careful as to who becomes the candidate and I'm speaking to the delegate the plot to say one be Elekpem every one asase dadada and it started with the branch executives aboma one ye and crofobia yi yomudin efri mu wa bra na ese so mu yomudin efri mu some people are one more said that yomudin abeshishem just to get them to vote for a new candidate all of that happen Ewodomi Kwabenya so I ask myself that is the NDC really serious in that constituency it is a watchful constituency on Saturday you need to look out for medical culture say Akurugu winia it means say wa ye adwuma wo form so when we need so now a new candidate emerge from Domi Kwabenya e ma ne nwanwa because already no one more plotted dada constituency executives na ye dada esi fence say one more ma Akurugu enkobiem adan ni sika asa one more bisa ni sika kra bi onya bi ma Akurugu ni search again okay when to sika ma constituency executive you see this myopic thinking more opposition more praban mu aba ensusehunu nkoa ana constituency executives ni bebre na no edi meanwhile no branch executive ne to na koma kra ye ne ya you need to be serious as a political party elections a serious business anya wo gramozone ne sa we decide now okoto to de cheche me say politics has gone beyond that This is a candidate woba wobetimi aha adwen akulugu betimi aha adwen indome kwabenya for the NPP. Muyini free why you are now coming to market a new candidate. Ya kade ya chemo, ya kade.
Kessben.